This is a reading for you. It is not attached to a zodiac sign nor a timeline. The intention is, if you come across this reading, it should benefit you in some way. That being said, let's get started. I like this. You're picking up the pace in the sense of your decision making, the actions you take towards the pursuit of happiness or goals, and swiftly setting boundaries, it would appear. You also may have someone paying close attention to you. You're probably aware of this, although I think you shrug it off, and I don't think you're really too concerned with it, which is interesting for you because historically you would have gotten thrown into this whole complex debate of what was right and what was wrong, or doing things this way or doing things that way. You know, you've done a lot of work. You've done a lot of healing. You've experienced a lot of growth. You've gone from a page to an emperor. And this came from mending the soul, mending the mind, and working towards that shining inspiration. Now, this could be the conclusion of certain relationships, but also the birth of certain relationships. You know, the world, it talks about expansive cycles and sort of stepping through the gates. It talks about seasons. It can reference travel, but it is a final, it's the beginning and the end. You know, if there was ever a card of reincarnation, I would see the world as that. But there's a prosperous inspiration, there's a sense of fulfillment, there's a sense of gratitude, there's a sense of love, partnership, collaboration. Now, ahead of you, it's almost like you find a way to balance yourself well. You're able to sort of shift your lens. There could be an ending of sorts. I'm wondering what that is, though. Clarify. Maybe an ending of a poor attitude. You know, I don't know, because this seems very bright. Like, I feel like you get very clear and determined in the direction you're going, and you know, trusting what is to come. You're clear on your judgment calls, whereas before maybe you were feeling a bit stuck. Clarify. You know, because I feel like maybe there was a realization of waiting around for changes, or, you know, kind of restricting yourself out, but it's not out of wisdom. It would have been out of, you know, fear or stress or something like that, where, I don't know, you're really sort of cutting yourself loose in a way. You know, this in a lot of ways could bring harmony to your relationships. You know, there is a sense of preserving one's time and energy. And, you know, maybe even sort of, I don't know, kind of becoming clear on setbacks, or, you know, maybe your management of time and resources. I feel like you're sort of seeing a clear direction of change here. And you know, you could be wrestling with inner battles, inner demons or something. I don't know. It's sort of I don't know, looking at things rationally. You know, things could fall into your favor pretty easily. It could even come about through circumstances that are sort of unusual. Like, let's say that you move in a direction that you would almost at glance deem sort of out of alignment, or, you know, maybe less than, you know, it wouldn't hold like standard approval, basically. And you know, it's almost like really good things almost kind of come from that, though. Maybe it's like you sort of unlock some kind of understanding that wasn't there before, which is an interesting note. So I'm curious how that might fit for you guys. There is definitely a lot of passion, love, communication, good flow happening here is what you can expect. I don't know, this could be even in the near future, because it's almost like you were begrudgingly not listening to your own voice, not listening to your own truth. And you know, it kind of comes from a sense of letting down your guard a little bit, not towards people, but like towards the universe, if that makes sense. Especially if you were maybe raised in a very dogmatic perspective, and you feel like if you do things this way, it's all going to go horribly wrong, or God's going to punish you, or something like that. You know, maybe you're sort of breaking that and kind of seeing through it. Because, you know, what I would, at least in my opinion, what I would deem like God, for one, is not like Sky Dude. You know what I'm saying? I think that one of the biggest mistakes we made with God was putting human traits on something that is not human. It's even go as far to give some of our pettiest traits to God, such as jealousy and anger and, you know, things like that. Where more so I sort of see it as the consciousness, you know, the all, or, you know, it is what is beyond time and space. All things are born from it, be it love, be it hate, be it, you know, us, be it anything at all. You know, so God or the all or whatever encompasses all of these things. It is a natural state of being. In a lot of ways, it's just a different experience of the same thing. God and the devil are the same. Because those, and those, by the way, are just archetypes. I don't even know how I got into this whole rant, but it just kind of came to me. You know, when you look at good and evil, right? Like, let's take, for example, if, you know, you killed somebody. It'd be very different if I killed you because you were attacking my mother than, say, if I did it because I just wanted the money in your pocket. You see, our intention brings a lot of context to things. Our actions are more important if, you know, like, because there is that idea of like, you can have good intentions and still mess something up. That's not really what I mean as far as like, I don't know, I'm losing my train of thought on that. Anyway, maybe that's of some assistance to like whatever you're going through, because it almost does sort of feel like a debate in a sense. Or just like a shifting in how you see things. King of Wands and the Sun. It seems as though your day in the sun has come. So I'm going to take this reading a bit further on my Patreon. So if you want to join us there, the link is in the description below. I am available for personal readings, which you can access through my website, also in the description. If you enjoyed this, do feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.